A group of volunteers is spending many Saturdays working up a sweat on a dirty job in cramped quarters.
But they have never had so much fun because they are fully restoring one of the last World War II era PT boats that still exists. Bill Capo has been following this project for a year now and shows how the community is coming together to save the boat that was originally built in New Orleans.
The National World War II Museum warehouse is a noisy, dirty, busy place, and filling a large section of it is a big, dull, gray shape. It's the PT-305, a motor torpedo boat built during World War II at Higgins Industries in New Orleans. Now, volunteers swarm over the hull, inside and out, laughing as they sweat, for they are helping save a piece of history.
Oh, it's very exciting to see this. You know, this is one of only 3 combat veteran PT boats in the world. There's one in Fredericksburg. It's been restored without its engines. There's one up in New York. It's wrapped up in plastic. This one's going to be done with its engines, all complete, back in the water.
In recent months, the volunteers have removed pieces added to the boat by owners after World War II. They found the hull had been badly warped by time and hard use, so now they're involved in the delicate task of straightening PT-305's frame back into its original shape, and that takes experts.
Now, this is the bow of the ship, the front. This is where bunks were, where crew members used to sleep. When they started the project, the organizers thought they were going to have to hire a series of professionals to do the work the volunteers couldn't handle. But what happened is, the experts began volunteering, in many cases, after they saw earlier eyewitness news reports on the PT-305 restoration.
I seen on television had a show about putting the boat in its museum.
Jim Bordelon is one of 2 mechanics who signed on to rebuild 4 12-cylinder, 1,500 horsepower high-performance engines. They pushed PT boats like the 305 through hostile waters at nearly 60 miles per hour during World War II.
You see the condition of it from the inside. It's like it was last run, and I understand this was run somewhere around 1944.
In the beginning, I thought I was going to have to hire a minimum of about 15 or 20 experts.
It was going to cost you
hundreds of thousands of dollars that I didn't exactly know where it was going to come from. However, now I've got these experts.
There are about 70 volunteers working to restore PT-305 to mint condition for eventual display in the National World War II Museum.
We're almost trying to do heart surgery while a patient is alive.
Marine designer Dave Carambet is spending his Saturdays restoring PT-305, finding many common points in boat building 67 years apart, as he is currently designing high-tech patrol boats for modern warfare.
It's real exciting because it's right on the edge, and it's using all the latest gadgets and weaponry, just like when they had to turn out these PT boats.
They need help from area machine shops to refurbish original parts removed from PT-305 and fabricate new pieces from detailed plans. Dale LeBrun's Elmwood Machine Shop has projects including hardware for submarines. He is making parts needed to restore the PT boat.
You can feel the history there, and it's just real excited, you know, about seeing that and kind of living it a little bit.
So to help rebuild it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Now, they're still estimating it will take about 3 years to complete the restoration project, but they say there are still plenty of ways you can play a role in restoring the PT-305.
As always, we would love to find a corporate sponsor to pay the bill for the whole thing. But in these economic times, it's probably not really going to happen. And in World War II, you know, we all came together, all in this together, people pitching in what they could.
I need mahogany. I need about 500 board feet of 5-quarter mahogany, and I need cypress, another 500 feet of 8-quarter cypress, and I'm also looking for old heart pine, and that I need an 8-quarter too.
There was nothing better than going home after a long day's work covered in grease and sawdust and metal shavings.
Yes, that is U.S. Attorney Jim Letton, sweaty, filthy, and happily reliving his youthful days as a steel worker.
This crew is going to know how to build a PT boat, and there aren't many crews in the world that can do that.
The next steps include rebuilding 15 feet of the stern that was cut off years ago, completely refurbishing the interior, and restoring every piece of exterior planking. With photographer Brian Lucas, I'm Bill Capo, Eyewitness News, Night Watch.